Another year has gone by. So many things took place in 2024. For me, it was a pretty good year. A year of building and understanding myself a lot better. I don't really know what happened to me. Perhaps it's the fact that my priorities change, or maybe I've simply gotten older. But I'm finding it easier to clearly define who I am and what I want. Does that make any sense? I used to have a vague view of what I wanted for my future. I was riding the wave of life and somewhat hoping it would take me in a general direction I'd be pleased with. I was quite passive, though not clueless. Then, all of a sudden, I knew exactly what I wanted. I became unashamed about pursuing what I desire in my life. It was an entire paradigm shift. 2024 was the first year since I was about 17 years old that I consciously chose not to take a single sip of alcohol. That meant I wasn't going out to bars all that much. It's crazy because I used to find so much comfort in that environment. It was an escape of sorts. I thought I would miss it too, but strangely, I don't. It's early January and there's snow almost everywhere in Finland right now. I've been living in this country for almost 6 years, and I can't get over how lovely it is when everything is covered in white snow. I always get a little sentimental at the beginning of a new year, but I guess the fun part about having a channel is that I can bring you all along with me. In other news, I got engaged.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love, don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed.
It happened over Christmas. I proposed to her in front of her entire family, and it was gorgeous. I feel so blessed and happy that everything turned out beautifully. I do laugh at the idea of her saying no in front of everyone, though. What would I have done if that happened? I'd have to pack my bags and take the trip back home to Helsinki. We spent Christmas at her parents' house, about 3 hours away from the city, so I'd have to make that train trip of shame. Of course, that didn't happen because she and I had been speaking about this for a while, so I was pretty confident it would all work out, but it's still kind of funny to think about. Not so long ago, I made a video talking about how I'm in my 30s with no girlfriend, no kids, and expressing my deep desire to continue living alone. Well, things have changed. I think this is an important insight into life in general, one that will cause us a great amount of internal pain if we don't deeply understand it. If you are enjoying this video, give it a like. It really helps. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're loving this content, there's more to come. So subscribe. I want to get to 10K subscribers by the end of the year. Lastly, I have a podcast called Easy Vibes. It's a little bit more political than this channel, but it's a lot of fun. It's available here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. The links are in the description. Now, back to the video. about the future or regretting the past. That's where suffering comes from. Some things in life don't make sense when they're happening. Then days, months, or years later, you realize they were a blessing in disguise. I remember not being able to attend a work trip to the UK because of some visa issues. It was fully paid for and it promised to be a fantastic time. I was devastated to not be able to go. I even felt uniquely cursed. But I kid you not, the same morning I was supposed to go on that flight, I started getting tooth pain. I'll spare you the details, but let's just say it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. There were complications and I had to get 2 of my molars removed. To this day, I thank God I was not on that trip. It would have been a nightmare. Now, imagine how much complaining and self-pity I indulged in before I knew how things would unfold. If I'd known the full picture, do you think I would have complained at all? I have countless stories like that. I'm sure you have some too. Even with some of the biggest decisions of my life. As an example, I didn't like living in Finland all that much at one point. It was dark, cold, and kind of boring. But as time went on, I learned to see the blessings right in front of me. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools we have in our endeavor to live a pleasant life. Living in a country like Finland is a blessing, and I never take it for granted, ever. I grew up in a very poor household. What I learned is that complaining and constantly viewing the world as a victim is destructive. There is a cost to constant negativity. This mindset almost completely destroyed my family. I remember being a child and feeling suffocated by helplessness. I felt my situation was my curse and that I couldn't do anything about it. I clawed my way out of that pit and into the light. I refused to believe that life just happened to me or that I had no influence over it. I deeply understood that I did not want to live my life that way. It was intolerable. I promised myself I wouldn't look at life as a victim, as I'd been taught to. I am constantly filled with joy because I'm so grateful for the gift of life. I'm grateful to know I'm not helpless. I have power to change my perspective or enforce my will on what I'd like to see changed. In short, I am not a leaf blown by the wind. I am the wind, and so are you. I will try to let this mindset sit at the forefront of my consciousness this year. Hopefully, you will do the same. I wish you a fantastic 2025, and I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. I'll be posting a lot more this year, but until my next video, I'll see you later. Ciao.